we felt it was important to highlight the whole issue of securing the funding, particularly in the current economic situation for inter-county players, and as a result there was a good turnout from the politicians, and also the players obviously were very important to that. It dates back to the 2002 Finance Bill, when the Minister for Finance at the time, Charlie McCreevy, introduced lucrative tax breaks for professional sports stars. All the while high performance amateur athletes were receiving funding also through the Sports Council, and yet there was the body of players, inter-county players in the middle, who weren't in receipt of any state acknowledgement whatsoever. So that was the genesis of the campaign. We felt that there was an issue there with parity of esteem with athletes from other codes, and we wanted that addressed. This whole issue has galvanised players, has mobilised players, and it really boils down to not just the practical benefit to players, but the fact that there's a principal issue at stake here as well. We're quite prepared to row in and support the national interest. Obviously we realise that the country finds itself in a difficult position, but the fact of the matter is that there will be and has been allocations to the Department of Sport and to the Sports Council, and we're in that mix.
It's been hugely beneficial for me personally over the last couple of years. We're playing a game that we love, and we're not going to give it up, but it does cost us money at the end of the day, from travelling and going here, there and everywhere. At the end of the year when you get a grant back, it shows that people appreciate what we're doing as well, and it helps us out financially as well. It's helping out every player. It's not just the top players get to the final, it's down to every inter-county player, and hopefully it will stay there, and we don't mind taking a cut, but I think something has to be there as recognition to the players of what the work that they are doing from January and December up to September and after that,
Things are tough at the moment, and players especially are feeling the pinch, and players are losing their jobs. The welfare that you're getting, and knowing that you're supported by someone who's looking out for your best interests is definitely gives you a good peace of mind.
It was very welcome when it was brought in for 2008, certainly from my own involvement in team management, and knowing that the effort and commitment that players put into preparing for their championships, and it's enormous. And I think that going back to the early years of the decade, when the sports or the tax breaks were introduced for professional sports people, I think GA players were forgotten at that stage. And in fairness to the GPA, they took up the role, and very well over the years.
I can only speak from a personal point of view. We'll say that being in college and being a student, it's exceptionally hard to find alternative sources of income. Part-time job is just kind of out of the question when you're asking an employer to swap and change hours. It's borderline impossible. So the grants basically give you that bit of freedom to maybe when you go home in the evening you're not stressed, and you can actually go to work and without worrying about the stresses and the strains that go along with a part-time job. So from a personal point of view, it helped immensely, especially in the last coming up to Christmas, and it's just practical expenses that they cover, and I found that it really helped.